What's up? What's going on, guys? Hopefully, you guys had a great night last night. As far as for me, it was a bad night, man. The second half started. Actually, even before that, even before the second half of the Philadelphia game. Why? Because the Philly game just destroyed me. I mean, like, I changed my teams around, get some Philadelphia players in there, and Siemens. Howard didn't start the second half. Even in the first half, he was bad. That messed me up from sticking with the guy that I like, which was a Portland center. This why he kills me. The good thing is the slate is over and we have a new slate tomorrow. It's a 3 game slate, so it's good to take a break from those 7, 11 game slate. I don't mind 5, 6, but I will welcome this 3 game slate. All right, so let's go ahead and jump to those 3 games. Man, as you guys probably know by now, if you don't, I'm about to tell you that this Clippers ATL game could be missing a lot of players, and we know for sure possibly the two best players uh, in that game, which is Kawhi and Paul George, are out and could be out for a while, which means they could be missing multiple games. And also, we have to wait on news on Trae Young and Clint Capella. All right, so if those guys are missing, phew, man, oh man. But DK or FD both side price up everybody on the Clippers because they knew the news ahead. Because if the main two guys are missing, then somebody gonna have to score because most likely the team gonna score 100 plus points, and especially when they are playing ATL, somebody gonna have to score. So they do price everybody up, but they're still cheap enough. And then we have the Washington Houston game. I mean, like when you think about this game, you have Wall going back to where he's not going back, but the team that drafted him coming to Houston and they playing against each other. You have Westbrook going back to Houston. Cushion Hood still out. Oladipo gonna play with Wall for the first time, and then Cousins, of course, price up because of what he's been doing, especially in the last 2 games. And then, of course, we have the last game, which basically everybody is there. I don't think anybody ever. I haven't heard any COVID-19 for the Knicks or Utah or the Lakers. Who, by the way, LeBron James went off against Cleveland, and also Luka. All right, so let's break down the slate. Let's start with LA Clippers and ATL. So again, if Trae Young play, I like Trae Young. He doesn't have to worry about any defense in this game, basically, because the 3 guys that play defense gonna be out. I know I didn't mention anything about uh, Patrick Beverly, but he is also out. Okay, so Trae Young, I do like Trae Young 10.6, the 3 game slate, so you can make it work with all those cheap guys that you're gonna have available to you. John Collins, Clint Capella will be Clint Capella could go for 70 here. His hand, I think if he's good to go, I don't mind the 10.5K. I know the price is outrageous, but based on what he has been doing, definitely don't mind taking that chance on a 3 game slate. On a 3 game slate, you're gonna have to do different things. I mean, 2 games is even worse, but 3 games you have enough where you can actually have a good lineup and you don't have to worry about tying with like thousands of people for first place. Okay. John Collins, if those 2 guys, if both gonna be out, then John Collins gonna be the main guy. Lou Williams, if you haven't played Lou Williams this year, tomorrow or today, it depends on when you are watching this, it's the day for you to play Lou Williams. All right. Lou Williams will be very, very popular for good reason. And he will be the first guy I'm going to give you guys as a point guard. I love Lou Williams. Even if it was 7K, to be honest, I would have played him. Okay, Serge Ibaka, the same thing. Most likely will play more minutes than usual. That's probably going to happen for the next week or 2 weeks. But definitely Serge Ibaka, he at 5.8K is the guy I'm looking to play at the power forward position. Hunter, if those guys are out, gonna be in play. Usually I would say I like Hunter better than Ibaka, but with the situations, definitely like Ibaka and also Nicholas Batum. I think Nicholas Batum gonna have to play point forward here, and he can do that. So definitely like him. Uh, we possibly gonna see get to see Nicholas Batum when he was in Portland. There's a possibility this guy can reach 40 fantasy points, and I like him. Uh, for tomorrow's slate, Luke Leonard again. That's another player I like. He gonna be shooting like crazy. It's like, it's like when a kids see candies, man. That's gonna be what it is for him tomorrow. This guy possibly can take 20 shots, 25 plus shots tomorrow. All right, against ATL. Zubac. Uh, Everybody gonna play more minutes, but Zubac, it's possibly the one player I don't know if you're gonna reach 27 minutes because they just don't play him that many minutes. But I do like him. Marcus Morris, also, he possibly gonna play like he is this main guy right now on the team. But of course, it's to me it's Lou Williams, but he possibly gonna try to play like that. And with Pat Bev out, then Reggie Jackson definitely in play. 5K their price everybody up. Now you gotta decide between Reggie Jackson and Kevin Herter. I know Kevin Herter has been bad. I still like Kevin Herter better at that price. And Rondo going back to the where they're coming to him, but where actually he never played for the Clippers, he played for the Lakers, but same building. But they're coming to him, but that was a team that was trying to get him, and he decided to come to ATL. If he get the start again, a lot of people possibly not going to play him because of what happened last game, but I think this game is definitely gonna go off here. Cam Reddish again, it is in play for sure. It's a 3-game slate, especially if those two guys, Capella and Young, are out. Anybody else down there? For Clippers, yes. For Clippers, you're gonna need some minutes. Gonna go to man. Let's see. Where was I? I was in Rondo. Okay, this guy's been seeing minutes, but it's possibly still a no for me here. Okay, how do I miss? I miss some guys here. They probably price him up. Let me see. Oh, they're still leaving at 3.5K. That's possibly could be one of those Joe, man. One of, people looking for gold. He could possibly be one of those cheap guys that come through for you. You see him having one of those games before. When was that? 30 minutes, 31 fantasy points. So he possibly one of those guys at 3.5K that possibly can get lost. And then, people possibly not even try to go all the way down there and miss him just like I was missing him earlier, unless if you remember his name. But definitely, of course, if people watch a lot of those fantasy channels like my or other channels, then a lot of us possibly gonna talk about him. But me personally, I think man definitely is in play here. Okay, and that's basically it for that game. Let's go ahead and jump to the Washington game. That's not the only player I like. I know I give you guys Lou Williams, but I will definitely come back and get some other players if I need to. All right, so let's start with Bill Westbrook. I'm not sure. Westbrook, it's all going to depend on the minutes because I like the price. I like him here. But it's all going to depend on the minute. If he's still on restrictions, like a 25 minutes, then I will pass. All right. But if they're like, hey, that's the game he was waiting on, then give me some Westbrook here at 9.9K. Okay, so now you have Oladipo, 8.8K. People gonna remember what he did last game, but I definitely like Oladipo here, even at that price, even though Wall is coming back. And one player I know I like for sure is Wall. Okay, Wall is another player I like. Now that I'm thinking about it, since I might give you guys 5 players rather than give you guys 1 player at each position because I do like Wall here. He's one of my favorite play for this slate. I'm thinking about him or Lou Williams. Possibly Lou, because of the fact Lou basically doesn't have anybody that can really take from him. Wall still have Cousins and Oladipo, but I do like Wall. He's definitely one of my top 5 players for the slate. Cousins 7.2K. It doesn't matter. All right. When I'm looking at the center here, who do we have? Capella, price up. Gobert. Gobert is no match for Cousins if both of them are gonna play the same amount of minutes. We all know no Cousins back then, and we saw what he did the last 2 games, even the game before the last game when he couldn't even find the basket and yet still had over 30 fantasy points. Then he went off in for like 40, 50 fantasy points or close to it, 48, something like that. But let's see, how many did he get exactly? 52 fantasy points. And he didn't really play in the fourth quarter. So Cousins to me is a no-brainer, even though you have another player like Mitchell Robinson. That's really cheap. We'll talk about him later. But I like Cousins. He's, again, another player that's in my top 5. So let's go with, so Cousins will be the center I'm going to give you guys, even though the price went up. A lot of people are probably going to think, hey man, he doesn't worth that price. No, he does worth that price. All right. Gordon, 6K. I like him. It could be with the, if I cannot find any like cheap guys that I want to play at the small forward, then Gordon will definitely be in play. I like him. Even though Wall is back, he's still gonna take a shot. There's enough shot to go around. So give me some Eric Gordon here. Nwaba, that's a guy I will pump the brake on with Wall and Oladipo gonna play together for the first time. No, I'm not feeling Nwaba. I'm gonna see the minutes. Is he gonna start? Let's see. Possibly not. Because I can see Wall, Oladipo, Cousins, Tucker, and of course Gordon. So he's not gonna get the start, but he doesn't need to be a starter to do his thing. But that's a no-no for me. And then you have Tucker and Lopez. Possibly would rather play Lopez because he's been playing around 24 minutes because Tucker is the type of guy. But the thing about it is the position. Because of the position, Lopez is a no for me. And Tucker would be the guy I would play because of the position. But if you're playing in a place where there's a position and they want that price, then I would rather play Lopez. But for the purpose of FD, Lopez is a no-go for me. All right. And then you have Garrison Matthews, small forward. It's another player who can play. He's going to get the minutes with all those guys out of COVID. He played 34 minutes, 21 points, basically 22 fantasy points. To me, that wasn't good. Okay, you should at least get the one fantasy points per minute, and he wasn't even close. Isaac Bonga is cheaper, and I believe was a little bit better. 23 fantasy points, yeah, about the same, but the price is cheaper. I could see me going there. Alex Len, let's see, he came back, played 20 minutes, basically close to 1 fantasy points per minute, so that was good. Daniel House is a guy I would play. He's only 4K. I'm going to put him there. That's not the guy I will. He's only 4K. Now that I'm thinking about it, so who's going to be coming off the bench? Because they have basically everybody back. But Daniel House is a guy that usually like to start. So, well, I think Daniel House is possibly going to be coming off the bench. Or they can put... I'm at small forward. Let's see. They can put Gordon back so they can have a guy that can, have the ball in his hand and also can score the ball in their second unit. Alright, so Daniel House is a cheap small forward. I wouldn't mind playing. Who else in this Jason State is a no for me. Mason Jones is a no with everybody coming back. Alright, let's go to the next game. Next game, you have, let's start to the top. You have Julius Randle. This man has been balling. I don't see that stopping anytime soon. So give me some Randle here. Alright, The good thing about this slate, you know, where Trey Young is the only superstar Capella, basically Capella, based on price you can put him in there. Where Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. Actually, we have more than I thought. Let's go back to Utah and New York. Donovan Mitchell, 8.5K. Donovan Mitchell in this slate possibly going to be very popular against the Knicks for good reason. You know, Donovan Mitchell has been doing his thing. Average about 37 fantasy points, and he started the season bad, so he actually been playing much better lately. So he is definitely in play. Gobert is a no for me. Gobert is definitely a no for me on FD. I'm gonna concentrate on playing two center, just two center, and that's it. RJ Barrett 7.5K. Like him, average about 32 fantasy points. So give me some RJ Barrett here against Utah. He gonna see the minutes. New York is a team now that where he has the kind of coach that love to play his starters. So the starters gonna get their minutes. All right. So if looking at the average minutes, he play at least 30 minutes every game but one, and that was it. Well, but two. That was a blowout, and then that was another one against Boston. And he played 29 and had 39 fantasy points. And then you have Conley, different position, but I love Conley, 7.2K. The only thing is I like Wall, but I do like Conley too, so I plan on playing more than two. Jordan Clarkson, 6K, has been doing his thing. Mitchell Robinson is my other center I want to play, but the guy I really like here is Alec Burke. Now moving back to the starting lineup, so give me some Burks here. The coach love him. I think he's gonna play some good minutes. So give me some Burks. I don't know if they're gonna start him this time around because they start him and the team end up getting blown out. So the coach could change that. You have Bogdanovich, 5.3K. On because of the price and the fact that there are a lot of cheap guys I can go with that's gonna see a lot of see minutes or even the ball in their hands like they never seen before. So Bogdanovich, I know he has been decent, but most likely it's gonna be a no for me. As you can see, look at that. 20, 21, 24, 27, 33. So he has been going on the up and up. So definitely it's a 3-game slate. And you have Elfrid Payton, 5.2K. If I'm just gonna put point guard, then he will be one of my top 5 point guard. Basically, it's 6 starting point guard. So he must. So, but I wouldn't put him on my top 3. And then you have Quickly, 5K. This guy went off. Then again, it was a blowout, so you get to see all those. He only played 24 minutes. This guy is a scoring point guard and actually can do other things too. Noel has been decent, but Noel is the kind of player that if he get the minutes, he's gonna come through for you. That's all he needs. Was O'Neal. Sometimes I'm looking at the stat, I'm like, wait a second, why you only end up 17 or 15 or 14 or 21, 20 or 15, 16? Because it's like he went off in one quarter, and then if you don't pay attention to the game, you go to sleep, you're waking up, be like, oh man, this guy probably get 40 and I didn't play him. Then you're like, oh, thanks God. Because that's the type of player he is, man. He went off in the quarter and you just don't see him again. And then Favors is a no, Austin Rivers no, Anticlina, nobody down there that I want. Alright? So now let's go for the small forward here. When I'm looking at the small forward here, Eric Gordon is the guy that come to mind if he's starting. And then also Bedham is the other guy. Nicholas Bedham is the other guy. Batum is the other guy, And John Hunter, especially if those guys gonna be out for its year. RJ Barrett, but for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and go Nicholas here. I'm gonna take the minutes and the fact that he's gonna have to play a big part for this game, and I think he's gonna come through here. Gonna be point forward, man, like Scottie Pippen. Okay, for the power forward position, you're gonna have the money. Collins is the guy that's really come to mind, but it's all depend on if you know if those guys gonna be out for it. Yeah, if those guys gonna be out, then Collins would be the primary player for me at the position. Ibaka, I do like Ibaka. Ibaka is the type of player, especially against ATL, could get some good blocks on FD. That's mean a lot. All right. He only been playing 23. He average about 25 minutes for the season, but he's gonna be shooting a little bit more. He's gonna possibly get some blocks here and there, and even some steal. So Ibaka is definitely top. I would say top three power forward for the position here because you don't have that many anyway. And Jesse Burden's still out. O'Neal, Wagner, all those guys are. Banka is a cheap player you can go with. But definitely Baka is the guy. But Rando here is the guy I'm going to go with. Rando going to possibly be, I'd say, 50% on. And especially if those guys for ATL are playing, and that's Young, and of course, Clint Capella. All right. But if those are not playing, then I think the most popular power forward gonna go to, of course, Collins here. Collins is one of those guys, man. I love his game. I watch him play live against Miami. I went to Miami to watch the game, and he was doing his thing. That's when LeBron was playing for the Heat. All right. So my five players right now is Lou Williams, Alec Burks, Nicholas Batum, and then DeMarcus Cousins, even at 7.2K. All right. Now, again, Westbrook could become a very, very popular play for me if somehow his minute restriction is off. And also, I like John Wall. I think John Wall should, the same thing with John Wall. Hopefully, he'll be able to, or John Wall should be able to play a full game here, I believe. So we'll see about that. That's what I'm hoping for. If he is, then I'm gonna have to think between John Wall and Westbrook. And right now, I'm possibly gonna take the discount and go with John Wall because Lou Williams is a guy I wanna put in most of my lineup. I know he has been struggling, but he gonna shoot out. He might be shooting 30 shots. If he make 10 of them, that's 20 points. All right, and he possibly gonna have to do a playmaker here. Where you're gonna have to get some assists and hopefully get some rebound and do more than he usually does. Okay, so that's basically it, guys. Appreciate you guys. Good luck. And yeah, let's win some money, man. I'm hoping to see you guys on top of that $3 contest. It's 100K to first, and if it's not me who win it, hopefully it's one of you guys. I don't have that many people that check out my videos, but the few that I have, I hope all of you win some good money because there are enough for all of us to do so. Okay, guys, again, good luck. Appreciate you guys, and I'm out.